So we have everything to send.
This call is now being recorded. This call is now taking notes. This call is now being transcribed.
All right. So you are all welcome once again. You know that in the Bianca Academy right here, we don't joke with our time. So when we say 7 p.m., we try as much as we can to make sure we start at 7 and finish at 8 p.m. or thereabouts, so that you can all, everyone can just go and have a rest. So that is why we made this class to be an hour long, and hopefully it's going to end at 8 p.m. or just a few minutes past 8 p.m. so that we can all go and, take care of things. While you are here, please do us a favor, put your email addresses in the chat box. That's the way we will send the recording to you when we are done. And then we are trying to compile a mailing list. If we have a mailing list, it will be easier to reach everyone at the same time. We'll just send you a calendar so that we don't have to keep reminding you that we are starting. But please, thank you. And then all questions will be in the chat box. And I wish us all a great outing. So without wasting much of our time, my name is Dr. Bianca. You all know me. I am the founder of the Bianca Academy that brings you this webinar series. We try as much as we can to bring some of these things that we need to us. So we try to get experts. And you know that when I say experts, I mean experts. So we bring experts to talk to us about diverse issues. So it's not just about academics. It could be about life. Last month, we had Mrs. Nkechi come on board all the way from Australia to talk to us about gender-based online violence. And I got a lot of emails from people saying they didn't know that you can have a gender-based violence online. But yeah, it happens. So today we have another guest who is an expert in her area. She's there. You can see her. She's looking a little bit like Chimamanda Adichie, looking all African-y. So she is Dr. Tochukwu Onyechi, who is my colleague here at the University of Nigeria. She is in the Department of Economics. So she has a research interest that span, across development economics, welfare economics, environmental economics. I didn't know that we have environmental economics, like economics that has to do with the environment. We learn every day. And economic policy. So she's actively involved in teaching, in research, in publications. Just go on Google, just type her name, Dr. Tochukwu Onyechi, and it will shock you. So as usual, Lightbulb is sponsoring this on their platform, so it makes it easier for us to be here free of charge. Shout out to Lightbulb. If you don't know Lightbulb, just type lightbulb.study and you will see what they are all about. So, Dr. Tochukwu, it is awesome to have you here, even on short notice. Thank you so much for being here, and the floor is yours.
Okay, good evening, everyone, and thank you, Dr. Bianca, for having me. It's my pleasure to be your facilitator for this section today. And just without wasting much time, I'll be introducing reference management tools to us, specifically Mendeley and Zotero. So I believe Dr. Bianca must have sent out some materials earlier before now, but even if you have not been able to get the material, there's no need to worry because the session is going to be hands-on. You're going to be practicalizing everything. The only advantage those that have the material have is that they are going to maybe practice as we go. Or even at that, at the end of the section, we are still going to send out some of the materials that we have already distributed earlier before now. So when we talk about reference management tools, so many people, in fact, a lot of researchers, students have been struggling with referencing without going the manual way. And over time, we've had issues where researchers and students carry out research and maybe complaints come back from supervisors, come back from board members, stating that some references are missing, either in test or at the bibliography or referencing section. So these reference management tools have been introduced to help us navigate the referencing processes in a way that we can at least ensure 190, let me say 98% accuracy, but I know at least it's beyond that, 98% accuracy, and also to save time and energy that one would have used to carry out the references manually. So I'm going to be taking us through the process of adding references to adding articles or resources to your reference management library. Then I'm going to show us take us through the interface of those tools, and then show us how to delete files in the reference management tools, and above all, take us through how we can perform our in-test citations and also our bibliography. So without wasting time, let's just start with Mendeley. as a reference management tools. So I will start by sharing my screen. Dr. Bianca, you help me to check if my screen can be seen when I put it up.
Okay.
Can you see Mendeley? Is it clear enough?
It's coming up. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I would have loved to, before I begin, I would have loved to know the number of participants we have that have been exposed to reference management tools before now. Either maybe just, okay, we could have taken that poll, maybe to know those who have heard of it and those who have also maybe tried to use the reference management tools, but at some point have encountered one or two challenges. So I don't know if that would be possible to just conduct a few minutes, let's say 2 minutes survey.
Okay.
Re-exposure survey.
They put it in the chat room.
Yes, the campus is just so that at the end you can collect to know how many people who have been exposed to the tool before the section, and then that will help us to assess what they have learned at the end of the section, or if they have been able to pick one or two things at the end of the section.
Okay, thank you. Okay, they are responding already.
Okay, so while they're dropping their responses, I'll go ahead to introduce the reference management tools. Mendeley, for Mendeley, just like I stated earlier, the material we sent out was a guide to installing Mendeley and Zotero. The guide was supposed to help the participants to install Mendeley and Zotero into their system, into their laptops. But then let's assume that the installations have been done and following the guide we earlier distributed, and the student now wants to start maximizing the use of Mendeley. The first step after installation is to ensure that one, I don't know if you can see my cursor is on tools. Can you see that? Is it clear enough?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Okay, that's fine. So when you look at the tools, you see install Mendeley Web Importer, install Mendeley sites for Microsoft Word. So these are the tools that goes with the Mendeley app. Okay, so after installing Mendeley, the next step is to ensure that you also install Mendeley Web Importer and also install Mendeley site for Microsoft Word. The Mendeley Web Importer helps us to sync articles online with the reference management tool, which is Mendeley. And then the site for Microsoft, the Mendeley site for Microsoft Word helps us to also synchronize Mendeley and also Microsoft document that we're going to be working with. So these tools are very, very important. And in fact, without the tool, working with Mendeley is going to be very, very problematic. So you have to ensure that you install these tools, Web Importer and Mendeley site for Microsoft Word, so that it can be able to work efficiently. Now, for us to be able to add references or articles to our Mendeley library, you can see here, I've been working with Mendeley, so that's why I have all these in my library. But let's assume that I'm new to this tool, and let me just delete all this. Let's trash everything so that we can just start all over. So I'm going to be trashing all this so that you see what it's like to work with Mendeley as a starter. So even though I'm trashing all this, I can also restore. You know how you delete files from your system, and when you need the file, you can also, when you need the files, you can also go back to your trash bin and restore those. And restore those materials. That's how this Mendeley works. So I'm going to be deleting everything. Try to see if I can delete everything at once. It's just going one after the other. So now, assuming we've not really worked with Mendeley before now, this place is good. This library is going to be empty. The library is going to be empty, and we'll have just nothing there. Then to add references, there are various ways we can add references to our Mendeley library, because it's from the library you get articles that you're going to be citing in your work. I thought I could delete everything once, but it's not working. Okay, now, So assuming I'm just being exposed to Mendeley as a starter, I'm just going to have this. You can see welcome to your Mendeley library. Okay, now there are several ways we can add references to our library, which is one, you can add references by importing documents into your library, or you can import folder, or you can move resources. You can move resources from maybe another reference management tool like Zotero into this Mendeley library. Another way, or the fastest, which I normally use, is to search online. You can see search for articles online. So I prefer to work with this because it's the easiest. The other ones are considered to be like manual addition to your library. But then let's assume I'm working on a project that is centered on climate change. So for me, I think it's easier to go to Mendeley website by clicking search articles online, and it's going to bring me to this Mendeley website. So once I'm here and I'm working on, Dr. Bianca, suggest a title that we can work with.
Let's go with the climate change you mentioned.
Okay.
Climate change. Just like climate change, I beg.
Okay, climate change in Africa. Now, you can see what is showing. I just typed climate change in Africa, and it's giving me access to a whole lot of articles. And the good part of this Mendeley is that it has grouped the articles in its website. Someone is saying they can't see it. Bianca, can you see it?
It hasn't changed yet. We're still seeing welcome to Mendeley Library.
Oh, really? Okay, let me share full screen. Can you see everything now?
Yes, we can see your whole screen. Aha, climate change in Africa.
Okay, so now we have climate change in Africa. And the good thing about this Mendeley is that it has grouped all the articles in its website into, according to document types, then journal, the kind of. So can you see that? Document by document type, by journal, by author. You can see that. So let's assume we are interested in articles published in 2026. Here you can see it's showing us that there are 274 articles on climate change related issues in its website. So I believe that any researcher who is conducting a research does not even need Google to be able to have access to a whole lot of articles that they need for their research. So going to the Mendeley website alone will expose you to a whole lot of articles that you could use for your literature review. So now for 2025, you can see it has 9,365 articles on climate change issues. 2024, 5,644. 2023. So, and there are more. You can see, I don't know if you can see this more. Yes, so which means the articles here are enough to carry out any review we need for any issue on climate change in Africa. So now let's assume I'm interested in 2026. It's just going to pop up. You can see all the articles here I'll be seeing is just going to be for 2026. Is that okay? Then if it's 2025, once I click 2025, it's going to drop the whole of 2026 and bring up all the articles that were published in 2025. So you can see this is amazing. Then if it's by document type, journal publications, I have here 7,184 for 2026 and 2025. So when I unchecked 2025, you can see the number of journal articles in each website has reduced to 216. Right? So this is another way to help us to have access to a whole lot of materials on issues that we are interested in. Now, if I want this particular article, what I just need, once I going through the title alone will tell me if it's something I will need for my literature review. So what I just need to do is, in order not to waste my time, I will just click on add to library. You can see here. Can you all see that? You can see add to library. You can see get full text. So now, once I click add to library now, for this particular one, I feel might be of interest to me in my research work. If I click add to library, it just goes straight to my Mendeley library. Then let's, sorry. So that particular article has been added to my Mendeley library. So even without going back, I'll just click, once I look at the topic and I think is interesting, I'll just click on it and it's just going to automatically appear in my library. You can see I've added to my library. So I've added to already. So let's keep adding so that once we leave this place, we'll just go back to the Mendeley. You can see anyone I've added to the library now appears as view in library. So I'm not going to be seeing add to library again because it has already been added to my library. So if I now want to go to my Mendeley library, I'll just click view in library to take me to this particular article in my library. So let's just add as much as we need to do this, to conduct the experiment we want to do. So and you can see the good thing about this is that these are all PDF articles. You can see. So the Mendeley website is very, very rich and exposes us to a whole lot of articles that we need for research. So I think I've had enough. So let's go back. I just click view in library. Let's see what happens. So you can see that all the articles I clicked has appeared. All of them have appeared in my Mendeley library. You can see all of them. I have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 articles now. So this is enough for us to actually do what we want to do. So this is just the fastest and sweetest way to have access to articles in our areas of interest. Just a minute. Okay, so sorry about that. Then we have these articles. Since we have these articles now, you can see, since we have these articles, we can actually, let me see if I can. Since we have these articles, we can then go on to demonstrate how to maybe delete some articles. Maybe after going through the article, we discovered is something we do not need. Looking at this now, once you click anyone, it's going to show you the author, the details of the article, what the publication year, the authors, and all of that information we need for referencing. You see the abstract. Then, because we didn't, you can see here it says no files added, so we didn't click on get the PDF file. So if had it been we clicked on get the PDF file, maybe it should have entered here. So we can see the abstract. Let's go back and get attach some documents. Let's see, get full test. Can you see get PDF? Can you see that? Bianca, is it visible?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so for every article that is in your library and that you wish to have access to its PDF, what you just need to do is to select that particular article, click on get PDF, and the PDF, the article will be attached to that, will be attached in your library as well. So let's just click get PDF, so we'll see what will happen. So we can do this because, of course, since we have it in our, you can see it's saying uploading. So it's going to upload the article to the Mendeley, into the Mendeley tool, so that researchers can open it here, read, and also decide if they will cite it in their work. So for all the articles we have added to the library, since we've not read them, we can just click on get PDF to have access to those articles, read them. Then if we feel, after reading the articles, if you feel that the article is maybe of no use to us, we can delete that particular article. And I'm going to demonstrate that once this upload is complete. So we can see that here now I can go through the article. And then after reading it, I will decide whether to keep that particular article or to trash it. So let's assume that this particular article is useful to me. And also, let's also assume that it's not useful, that I'm not going to use it. So if I want to trash anyone, I'll just click select, and then just like I did before, click delete reference. But we are going to keep this so that we have at least a reasonable number of articles to cite. Okay, so now you can see duplicates. Duplicate shows us articles that were erroneously downloaded twice. So if, for instance, why adding articles to our library we mistakenly added more than one, it's going to appear here as a duplicate. Let me demonstrate that. This one I've already added. Let's assume we have two of such article. But because we are adding directly to the library, it's to be difficult to have duplicates, or is rare for us to have the duplicate because we just click and move to the next one. So, but assuming we have duplicates, it's just going to appear here, and we can decide to trash one and then keep one. So here for my publication, this is where you upload your articles, personal articles that you've published that you wish to have in your library. Let's assume you have published papers in the area of climate change, and you think those papers are going to be very, very important to future research. You can add them to your publications here. Then these favorites, of course, we know what is relevant. And recently read, when you click on recently read, you see the most recent article that you just read. This is that one we opened that, and I clicked on get PDF. So it's showing as recently read. Recently added, you can see recently added shows all the articles that we just added. Then all references also shows all the articles we've added. Then assuming we want to group our articles into collections, this is similar to creating a folder in your laptop, and then you're grouping articles according to maybe themes, or depending on your choice, you want to group your articles, you want to separate them. This is where it's done. This is where it's done. So if I want to create collections, I will just click on these. These child level study, climate change study, these are collections I created earlier. Assuming I'm done with this and I just wish to delete the collections, I will just click. If I click on this, you will see if I had articles here that I had grouped, they're all going to appear here. But because I didn't group any, I didn't put any article in the collection, you can see it's empty. It's saying no reference in this collection. So I may decide to delete the collection. Once I delete, then it's gone. You can see, you can delete the collection. And it says, you can't undo this action. So once you delete your collections, you can't have them back. But the articles remain in your library, such that if you want to have access, you still have access to the articles, but then you won't have them as a collection anymore. So that's why this prompt is coming up, showing that once you delete the collection, you can't have that collection again. Till you go back again to start grouping the articles again. So let's assume we want to create collection. We'll just click type collection name. Let's just say climate change. We have it now. So assuming I want to add to the collection, you can see when you click on this organize, it's going to show add to collection. Can you all see that? It's showing add to collection. If I click and select that climate change I created and click on add, it's going to appear in the collection. So once I click the climate change, I'll see the one I just added. Then if, for instance, I want to add another one, since it's a collection, I'm trying to group related articles together. I mean, this one is climate change, this one is also climate change. I'll just click on it, then select organize, add to collection, select that particular one, then click on add, and I'll have it appear in the collection I've just created. So this is just a way to group our articles. Then for group helps us, this particular one helps us to create groups, like research groups. Let's assume you have other researchers you're working with, and you would like them to have access to what you're doing, or you want them to have access to what you're doing to see your progress over time. You can create a group name. This one I created earlier, even though it's empty, I used it for demonstration. So if you want to create, you can create a new group and label it, let's call it Bianca. So now, once we do that, you can see it's here. So this one helps us give access to our group, our co-researchers. It gives access to our co-research. It gives access to what we're doing to our co-researchers so that they can access the materials. So once we share the articles in the group. So let's assume now we want to add from this, our library, we want to add this article to the group. We'll just click on organize again. You see add to group, then see Bianca, we're going to add it. You can see. So we've added that one. Once we click on it, you'll see the one. So it means we want to share some of these articles that we are using for the research to our group. That's what this one does. I think I've exhausted everything here. Then here, this is just like a notepad where we put down notes. We may have taken or we would love to take from the articles we are reading. When you're going through your articles, the articles you've saved in your library, and you're reading them, you may have the need to put down notes, maybe important points that you think will be useful in your work. This is where you put down the notes. This is where you put down the notes. So here now, when I click note, it's showing notebook. Notebook is not available because I'm not really taking any notes. So there are also other things, no reference reading assistant, notebook, annotations, information. So if for instance we want to take note, this is where it's done. Okay, so now since we have explored this space, the next thing is to demonstrate or to show you how to carry out your inter citations and also your references. So for us to do this, I'm going to use the sample material I shared earlier, which is this. Let's assume this is the research I'm working on. And then I've written a whole lot here without any reference attached, both in text and then in references. So I cleared everything. You can see it's empty. Even though the one I distributed, I noticed some of them have citations that are used for demonstration in another section. So here you can see it is plain. There's no reference here. It's empty. I've deleted all the inter citations. Now we are going to now use Mendeley to insert inter citation and also create bibliography or references for this particular document. So what we're going to do is to click on references, open your Microsoft Word. You see why it's important to install that Mendeley site for Microsoft Word. Without installing it, Mendeley is not going to sync with your documents here, and then you'll not be able to carry out your inter citations and also you'll not be able to perform your inter citations and your ref bibliography. So once you click on references, you'll see towards the end, by the right-hand side, you see Mendeley site, and you click on it. Once you click on it,
it looks like we have two lecturers today.
So you can see when you click on Mendeley site, it's going to show you all those articles that we downloaded earlier. You can see everything is here, those articles in our library. So Mendeley has already synchronized our library with the Mendeley site, the Mendeley site for Microsoft Word. So if it's not installed, what it means is that you're going to open your document, you will see Mendeley site, right? But you're not going to see all those articles in the library. So it's going to be difficult to be able to, for you to do the inter citation and also the references. So, but now that we have all those things in our library here for us to easily access, all you just need to do is to now start your citation. First of all, what you need to do is to make sure that your citation settings is in order. Now we have different citation styles, the APA and all other citation styles, depending on the one that is recommended for your field. For the social sciences, we normally use APA style. So if, for instance, you want to change the citation style, what you just need to do is to click on change citation style, and it's going to suggest a whole lot of citation styles. Chicago Manual of Style, IEEE, Nature, different citation styles. So now, because we are using APA, and APA is the first section, the default setting, what you just need to do, if it's APA you want to use, you don't need to go here because APA is already showing. But if it's another one, it means we are going to change it. So now we are going to use APA style. I'm not going to change anything. What I need to do now is to, you can see insert citation. So for every article I have here in this Mendeley site for Word document, we have insert citation down. You can see that there's insert citation. So I'm just going to place my cursor where I want the citation to appear. So I want the citation to appear just after across sectors. So my cursor is here already, and I want to insert the citation. So let's assume now that that particular sentence is credited to this particular research, the first research article here. What I need to do is to just select it. Once I click on it, the name of the author will appear just below with a close icon close to it. And I'll click insert citation, and automatically it appears in the document. You can see it, Louis et al. 2025. Assuming I want to also add another author. Here it's showing me select below to edit or manually override the citation. because Mendeley automatically inserts the citation, it's also giving you option to manually edit. Let's assume you don't like, let's say you don't like the way Mendeley, even though Mendeley is always accurate in using those citation styles to insert citation. But let's assume you think you want to maybe perform some edits. All you just need to do is select edit or manually override the citation. So when you click on manually override the citation, it will give you opportunity to edit. You can see, because I clicked on override manually, it has now given me option to insert whatever thing I wanted to insert. But because I don't have anything to insert, I'll just click on cancel. So now I've added that one. Assuming I want to add another article to that particular, credit another research article to that particular sentence, what I just need to do is to select another one. You can see I click the next article, and you can see another article has also popped up. And once I click save changes, the two articles, the authors of the two articles have now appeared, crediting this particular sentence to these two authors, to these two articles. If it's just one we want, we'll use the close icon here to remove one, and then click on save changes, and then it goes back to you et al. You can see that. So once you have done that, we'll move on to the next one.
Monday is cool.
Come in. So we have a whole lot of articles here. We have a whole lot. So let's assume we want to add another in-text citation. And I want to add it after disability. So we're going to select this particular one, insert citation. Then I'll select another one. I'll go to another section, another place, and insert another one. After that, I'm going to select this one. So after period of time, I'm going to start my pixel there. And then I want us to cite everything we have in our library. So I'll just keep adding all the articles we have. So now I've added some articles, and I think we can make do with this one. I think we have up to 5. So having done this now, we have so many articles in our inserted as our in-text citation. The next thing we need to do is to click on the 3 dots, the 3 horizontal dots by the right-hand side, and then we'll see insert bibliography. So now I want to demonstrate something. If my cursor is still in test and I click on insert bibliography, you can see 2 options here: switch to manual updates, keep live updates. So you just select keep live updates. When I click continue, it's going to, can you see it has inserted my references in test. So you need to be careful to make sure that you do not place your.
This is nice. This is awesome.
So I'm just going to return it. So that I'm going to return it so that we don't what's happening? I'm trying to go back. I don't know why it's not working.
Maybe use the refresh, but I don't know. Is that refresh? Those
No,
2 arrows.
I'm trying to undo. I don't know why it's not working now. Okay, it's trying to save. That's why it's not working. I use auto save. Let me turn off auto save.
Oh, okay, it has finished saving. I think so.
It's still trying to save.
Okay.
So everything has just ceased. And let's see. Let me just be patient. See if this is going to. It's trying to save. So while waiting for it to save so that I will undo what I've done, I'll just go ahead to place my cursor here. Let's just overlook whatever happened there. Let's assume everything is still intact. So we just place our cursor here, go back to the 3 dotted lines, click on bibliography. Everything is just there.
Until it's done saving.
Yeah, it's done now.
Does it have a return arrow button?
Okay.
Those 2 arrows close to the 3 dotted lines, what do they do?
Yeah.
That arrow, those 2 things.
So this,
yeah.
this
Okay,
it synchronizes the Mendeley library with the Word, the Mendeley site for Microsoft Word. So now let's assume now I'm working with this particular document, and I go back. You can see Mendeley has added all the articles I need. I have in my library. Let's assume I leave this space now and then go back to Mendeley to add more articles. Right? Clicking on, sometimes it will automatically update. But if it doesn't, you can just click. If the new additions does not appear here, what you just need to do is to click on the arrow, and it's going to sync your library, the information you've added, the new information in the library with this Mendeley site for Microsoft Word, so that all the new articles you are currently working on will also appear here. So that's what that arrow does.
Okay.
Let me close this thing, because the arrows up have stopped. Even the autosave, everything there is not working.
Oh, it's fine because
it keeps
you just need to place the cursor.
You can see, let's assume
so
let's assume now this was not erroneously positioned, right? So let me just cut this out off. Just cut it off and place it where it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
In more references. Let me cut some references.
We just have to be careful where we place the cursor so it doesn't insert the reference inside the work itself.
But even if it does, just a click here, undo, should be able to return this. I don't know what's happening. I would have turned off the autosave, but it's really disrupting this. It keeps saving for every action.
Can just continue. We have 5 minutes to 8 o'clock.
Oh, so okay. So you can see how Mendeley works, right? So this is how it works. It's going to list all the articles that are in text here. So with this now, it's not possible for anybody to tell you that you have some missing citations. There are some citations in text that didn't appear in your references. So this is how Mendeley works. So for Zotero is almost the same thing. I'm going to quickly run through Zotero. It's very easy to use. So
look, are you still here? Oh, I think she mistakenly left. Okay, while we wait for her to join, I think one of the things I love about the Mendeley stuff is that it gets the DOI of the articles at the same time. Honestly, for me, that is the scariest thing for me to do is to go back to copy the DOI, the digital object identifier of a particular article, because I like to attach all of them. I like to use them. So when I'm doing references, I like to have DOIs attached. It gives my references some kind of credibility. So I like doing that. So it's always a little bit stressful for me to go back to copy the DOI, because the truth is that sometimes when I try to copy, it just begins to open it and it stresses me out. It makes me anxious. So I think Mendeley is worth trying. I also like that it is grouped according to years. So I had one of my professors put a question in the chat box, Mr. Valentine. Put a question in the chat box, please. So I think that was one of our professors taught us how to check on Google Scholar, how to get recent articles on Google Scholar, and it was awesome. So that's what I teach many of my friends, many of my supervisees, how to get. Well, you can see that with Mendeley, it is already grouped according to years, according to recency. I don't know if there's a word like that, but it sounds good, recency. So you don't need to search for the apps on Play Store. Just go on Google and look for Mendeley. But we have the links and the documents. We sent them out. Oh, there's recency. Thank you, Doc. So just put your email address, and if you haven't gotten it yet, we'll still send it alongside this recording. So you will get a flowchart something like a flowchart on how to download both Mendeley and the Mendeley site for MS Word. I think you can also go on your, what do they call it now? Let's just say Google Chrome. I don't know what is this called. Whatever it is you use to go online. So if it is Google Chrome or Mozilla, whatever, I think you can find where you will have something called, you can't see it on your Microsoft Word. Did you check the ribbon? Did you check the ribbon? If it's not there, can you look for extensions? But if you follow the chart, you check the ribbon. Okay, there's this other part. Let me check my Microsoft. Okay, so he's asking, let me read this question. He said he has finished the installation using the material we sent earlier, but he can't see it on his Microsoft Word. So there was something that happened. There's this part of the Microsoft Word where you can look for, I don't know what it's called now. Okay, so can you look for where you have customized quick access toolbar? There's this arrow pointing down on my ribbon, on my Microsoft Word ribbon. So you might find it there. You might find it there. If it's not there, maybe you can yeah, Chrome Web Store, thank you. You can maybe close your MS Word and go back. If it's still not there, you could maybe delete and start afresh. But I think if you look for it on your ribbon and it's not there, there's this drop down arrow that usually has other icons that are not on your ribbon. You can just add it. It will check if it is there. Check if it is there. Okay, so it looks like our guest speaker can't join us again. I don't know what happened, but I'm so glad that she was able to finish Mendeley. So with Zotero, it is nearly the same thing. Just I think the difference is maybe in the interface, but I have both Zotero and Mendeley, and they are both the same. But I love to use Mendeley because it is, honestly, the truth is that I have not tried to use Zotero for a while. So it's usually Mendeley. Okay, if you're only seeing Zotero, maybe try installing Mendeley again, or look for that stuff that I mentioned, the drop-down arrow. Yeah. Okay, so Dr. Nemeka, you use Zotero. How is it? Is it possible to unmute? Let me check. I think I muted everyone. Oh, okay. Zotero is also it's much more user-friendly. Okay, this is what usually happens with people. When you learn something, to learn another thing that looks like it is usually a challenge. I have Zotero on my ribbon, I have Mendeley, but I don't even remember to click on Zotero. But I will try it now. Now that you say it is much more user-friendly, I will go ahead and look for it. So many of us who are students or teachers at whatever level, you will agree with me and our guest teacher that referencing is always, in fact, almost always, let me not be definite, but it is almost always a problem for nearly every one of us. So sometimes you find people writing them down. Sometimes you find people like me, I copy the paper, I copy the title or whatever, paste it on somewhere else on a notepad or something, and then I'll go back and start arranging it. So while it might be easy for me, it's not very easy for others. So what our guest teacher just showed us with Mendeley is install Mendeley. If you're writing a paper on how to master academic referencing, just go on your Mendeley site, click on search online. As soon as you do that, you're going to see all those articles grouped according to, they are in clusters of maybe journal name, clusters of recency, I like that word, cluster. So it is easier for you to see what you're looking for at the same time. You don't have to go, you're writing a project in 2026 and you are citing 2016. That is 10 years ago. And no matter how you look at it, it is old. Honestly, it is old. Let me give you an example. You could be writing a paper on poor achievement or poor, low interest in basic science, and then you are citing 2012. Researchers' articles, this one in authors, researchers have said so in 2012. And then I'm like, hold up. 2012 is 14 years ago. If I'm 14 years ago. So are you saying that these people said that in 2012, students had low interest in chemistry, and then in 2026, they still have low interest? How are you sure? This is why it is very important that you have recent materials. You are citing very recent articles. In fact, I recently read an article, a project of someone in my department, and this student cited 2024 to 2026. The only thing that was very old were what we call foundational, because all these theories that were, she cited someone, because she was doing something on artificial intelligence. So she cited a paper that was developed in 1969, not for AI, but for PCK, pedagogical content knowledge. And then she linked it to the one that was cited in 2026. So now you cannot say 1969 is old, because she was making a point that PCK as at that time and PCK now there is something that she wanted to prove, and it made so much sense. It was very easy and beautiful to read that work. So please try as much as you can to download this thing. You are going to have this recording, you're going to have the flow chart, and you can practice. It is free. So no, you're not paying for anything. You can practice, and then you use them. Maybe just write something, download 1 or 2 papers and try to insert them in text and all that. It is going to help you to arrange the margins. We saw it. You don't need to drag your ruler again. It's going to help you to arrange the margins. It is going to import everything that needs to be imported, including the DOI that I don't like but should be there. And when you submit this article, if you are an academic like me and you submit something like this, you're not going to get desk rejection. Sometimes articles are rejected on the spot because of poor arrangement of your reference section. And if you are an undergraduate, your supervisor is going to get tired of saying, you cited this one, there is not here. That one here is not there. And then you will not be frustrated. So we learn every day, and it is good that we keep ourselves, conversant and abreast with these things. These are tools that have been made by people like you and I. We should know how to use them. Everything doesn't have to be manual. You just have to, cool your horses and go ahead and do your due diligence. So that your supervisor will not read your chapter 1 10 times. You will keep printing. Okay, so I think that's about it. We are done with Mendeley, and when you get the recording and get the documents, you can install Zotero and look at it. One of my very good friends just said that Zotero is much more user-friendly. I have it on my ribbon. I haven't been able to, I don't think I've ever used it, honestly. I don't think I've ever used it. So that's about that. If we do not have any more questions, it's 8 minutes past 8, and we don't like to take so much time. God bless you too, Dr. Glory. So you will have everything. Okay, there was this question here. Could you please redo the edits exercise with multiple citations? I think it will just be the same thing. You have more than one citation and you want to edit it, you just click on it, and you are going to see them separately in that other box. Just delete the one you don't want to use, or put full stop or comma if that's what you were looking for. But rarely do you need to delete or edit a citation in Mendeley. Rarely do you. In fact, I've never been in that kind of situation where maybe the name is wrong, or full stop is missing, or comma is missing. So it's another good thing about it. It is straightforward, it helps you out, and you're very sure that everything you cited has been referenced. Everything you referenced has been cited. So thank you so much for being here. Like I said, the everything is going to be available very soon, maybe before the end of tomorrow. You're going to have the recording and all that in your email, your mailbox. And we are trying so much to see if we can, in fact, we have webinars scheduled, till the end of the year. So every month, something new is coming from the Bianca Academy, powered by Lightbulb. So if you don't know Lightbulb, lightbulb.ai is a learning management infrastructure. You can do courses on Lightbulb, and it is very user-friendly, both for students, both for academics and institutions. So you can use it as an administrator, as a manager, as a learning assistant, as a body, and there are courses there that you can do. There are paid courses, there are free courses, and so everything. Lightbulb is helping us to make sure this webinar comes up every month by affording us this infrastructure. We're not paying for it. So thank you so much, Lightbulb. So the if you'd like to check out Lightbulb, I would put their email address. Okay, no, I'll just quickly put their lightbulb.study. Let me put the link for you so you can just go and just look at them. I think there's a course going on now, the AI engineering course, I believe so, and a lot of students are there offering that course. Okay, so thank you, Lightbulb. Thank you, everyone, for being here. You will get the materials, you will practice, and if you need help, you can go ahead and send an email, and we'll find a way to reach you if it is possible and help you out. That is why we are here. So thank you so much for being here. I am so happy that many of you are interested in learning. Yes, there's a hand up, Eunice. I don't know if I can unmute you, so I'll try to see if I can unmute you. Let me just try. Oh, our teacher is back with assistant teacher. We were going away.
I thought I didn't even know. I kept explaining, thinking I was still with you guys. I didn't even know I was already cut off.
Oh, we had already, we just said, okay, so it's fine. I just told them that, Mendeley, Zotero, the same thing. Since you've already given us the guide, we can all go ahead, download them and look at them. I think someone said it's even more user-friendly. But if you want,
Yeah.
you can just show us just for a few minutes. But that's okay.
Okay, so okay, I don't know, where did I stop? Where did I stop?
When you started
before?
talking about Zotero, Zotero is common.
Oh, okay, let me just quickly run through it in 5 minutes. I don't even think it's going to be up to 5 minutes. So this is the Zotero interface. I don't know, can you see it?
No, you haven't shared.
Let me share my screen.
Yeah.
So it's up now, I can see that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I earlier stated that there's different ways we can introduce Zotero to references into our Zotero. And there are manual methods, which is using, you can see all the icons. Here is saying new item. For here, is showing add items by identifier, just like you can either use these icons here or you go to the file, that they'll still show you the same thing. So you can use the DOIs of articles. Once you enter the DOIs, the article will automatically be reflect in your library. You can import files by adding file or adding link to file. You can also go online to search, and I think I showed that earlier. I don't know if people capture that, how you can go online, but I said Zotero best fits people that are using Google for research. Okay. Those are not going to use the Mendeley website. So if you're using Google for your research, it means you open the document, go through it, and if you feel it's something you're going to work with, you will just add it to your library. And I said you have to first install your Zotero, your browser connector. If you don't install the browser connector, you'll not be able to add those articles that you found online directly into your library. So, but then if you have installed your browser connector, what you just need to do is go online. When you go online to search for a document, when you go online to search for an article, you just click, let's say, climate change. And once it appears, you can select any article of your choice. Let's select this one. You can select any article of your choice. And then you see this file extension icon, here. You just click on it. You will see Zotero connector allowed on all sites. Just click on it, and it's going to show you saving to my library. Once you see saving to my library, you will now click on this arrow here, and you see done. You click on the done, and the article will automatically appear in your Zotero. So if you go back to your Zotero, you will see that the other article has already entered here. Now, if you now want to cite in test or using or creating your references or bibliography, what you just need to do is to open the document. When you open the document, once you open the document, you will see just above the document, you see Zotero is there already. So what you need to do is to click add or edit citation. When you click add or edit citation, or it will lead you to your library again. And that's why I said your Zotero must be running for you to be able to do the in-test citation and reference. So it must be open and minimized. So that once you click on that add or edit, it's going to lead you back to your library. For every document you want to cite, it's assumed that you've read it. Since it's from Google, you've read it, and you think that's the particular document you're using, and you're going to use it for your citation. So, and you know, it's best to do it concurrently, so you don't lose track of a particular idea with its reference in the citation. So as you're writing the sentence, you know the author that is credited with that particular sentence. So you just cite immediately in test. Don't wait till you're done with the whole work before you start citing. So if I want to cite this particular one, I'll just click on this plus icon here. Once I click on it, it's going to be highlighted up. You can see Lyra et al. 2022. Then you see the accept icon up here. You click on it, and the article it's just going to be inserted into your. It's going to be inserted into your article, into the article you're working with. So you go back again. Let me add something here. Add or edit citation. It will take me back. I want to add this particular. I'll click on it. Click on the plus sign. Then it's going to appear here. I'll click on the accept. You can see it has entered here already. Let me remove this one. You can choose another location to add citation. So once I click on this particular one and click the plus sign, it's going to appear at the top. Then you click accept. You can see it has entered.
Nice.
Let me see. You can go back. I'll just add one more. This one. Let's add this. You click the plus sign. Click accept. If you don't want it to appear in the in-test, you can just click the close sign that is showing up and it will not appear. Now, I'm going to now go to add or edit bibliography. I'm going to add our references. You click to add your references, you just click here. You can see all of them will just appear automatically once you click. You can see all the items you have, all the articles you have highlighted. So Zotero is going to organize all your references alphabetically, and it's going to ensure accuracy, that no article is missed out. Yeah. So that's the end of this of this presentation. I don't know. I hope it was useful and rewarding for the participants.
Yes, it was great. I was just telling them how I love Mendeley because of two things. Number one, I don't need to start moving the ruler to do the indent, and then number two, it helps me to fetch the DOIs. I love to add DOIs when I do referencing, but I will have to go back and copy it and bring it there. Sometimes when I want to copy it to just open, I'll be like, oh my goodness. So with Mendeley, it just does the whole thing, and Zotero is just like the twin sister of Mendeley. Yes. And someone just said, Uzako Wara said, they normally say that if you are doing an in-text referencing, in-text citation the first time, you should mention all the authors, and when you're doing it again, you can then use et al. So that is just APA, depends on the edition you're using. So the APA 7th edition, I think, is the easiest so far for me, actually.
Yes, it's the easiest for APA referencing style. If you're citing 2 or 3, if you're citing more than 2 authors or more than 3 authors, you're supposed to use et al. From the beginning. You don't need to list all the authors now. So that's we already have revised edition. And one good thing about using this reference management tools is that it has already been programmed to work with the latest edition of every citation style you're using. So you don't need to bother yourself about listing all those things, because according to the 7th edition that was shown there, whether it's the first citation or last, if you're using that first citation, it means you're using APA 5th edition or 6th edition.
Yes.
Yeah. But for 7th edition, you don't need to list everything at first. So all the authors are going to appear at the reference section. So anyone that wants to see all the authors should just go to the reference section and
if there are so many, you still see ellipses there, and everybody will. So okay. So and then there's this. Okay, there's a hand up. Aisha Abdul Salam. We programmed it that we add that no one talks, so that we can have control of the microphone. That's why we said you should put your questions in the chat. So can you please put your question in the chat so that we can all go? It's 8:23. Let me see if I can allow you to talk. Well, okay. Let me see. So I shall see if you can turn on your microphone now. Are you on mute? Yeah.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Thank you for the program. I actually don't really have questions. I just joined, so I don't. But from the little I was able to meet, I think I'll get to know more about it. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. We're happy we heard your voice. It's so warm. Your voice is so warm. Okay, so what you do for us is just put your email address in the chat box. We are transcribing, so we're going to send the flowchart and the recording to you. So whether you're joining now, you will have access to everything. So just quickly put in your email address, and everything will be sent before the end of work tomorrow. Okay, so thank you so much, Dr. Tochukwu and Dr. Tochukwu's assistants. We enjoyed the both of you. Thank you so much, and we hope you can join us some other time. So for everyone that is just seeing us, we now have more assistants are coming up. That's nice. That's nice. So all the materials will be sent to your email addresses before the close of work tomorrow. And like I was saying, we are striving to do these informative sessions every month. So we have another one coming up next month, and another one scheduled for August. We have sessions scheduled till the end of the year, and God willing, we will meet up. So thank you very, very much for being here. Thank you so much. And I think without much ado, we can say till we meet again in July. Thank you for being here. And don't forget to wish me a happy birthday tomorrow.
Happy birthday in advance.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye-bye. Have a good night and have a great weekend. Bye.
Good night to you.